Another little video, another little monologue as a hermit, young 24-year-old hermit in the UK, living in the van, trying to always coming up with ideas and theories about how the world is and how the world could be and how the world is at the moment and the current state of affairs. Of course, for everyone who knows who I am, I don't have much access to anything apart from social media. I have a TV, as you can see, in the van, but I don't have a TV license because I don't use a TV, and neither do I have a conventional antenna. I don't have Wi-Fi, just use my data. So I'm still connected, but not super connected, if you know what I mean. I remember there was a time in my working days, well, I'm not saying my working days, but when I was in one of the jobs and there were riots going on in the city. And I didn't even know that there were riots that were going to happen. Didn't know at all that there were riots in the city. And I was told by a text of a kind gentleman, kind worker, who messaged me, and I said, "Oh, right, okay, there's riots," and I had no clue about it. So sometimes when you're off the grid, off the radar, I don't have all the access to news that everyone else has. So as I have another day of just getting on through my errands, waking up and getting through errands, I came up with another thought about society. We've lived for so many years, right? Not lived so many years. We've obviously had generations and generations since prehistoric times. So I don't know how long the human generation has been alive, Phil. Maybe millions of years. Correct me if I'm wrong. We've had tons and tons of innovations. Okay, so only now we've got this latest innovation of AI. But previously, we've obviously had internet, which we have now, but the internet revolution came, and all the things that came with it. Then there was big innovations in transport, the aeroplanes, aircraft. So we've had loads of innovations, right? Loads of innovations. Aircraft, this, that, and of course the Industrial Revolution. But one thing we've always had as a society is we've never quite cracked the innovation to freedom. We've always had a system of class, a system of rich, of middle class, and poor. It's apparent in every country. I don't think there's a single country where these classes merge. But throughout the generations of innovation, we always seem to have a class. And we always seem to have the rich, the middle class, and the poor. There was once a film I watched. I think I was back in school and we all watched it as kids. And it showed, I think it was primary school, and it showed a vision of the future. I think the film was produced in the 1960s or 70s, and it showed the vision of the future. And the vision of the future was that everyone would be enjoying themselves because the innovation would have created freedom. Yeah, unlike a lot of films that do predict stuff, not going to mention The Simpsons out of all of them, that does predict a lot of things uncannily. We haven't quite hit the innovation of freedom. Now, what do I mean by innovation of freedom? Well, I mean the innovation that society's brought so that irrespective of what class you're in as an individual, you don't have to work, or you actually can live a fairly comfortable life without needing to work. But we haven't brought that into society yet. And imagine if it was in society. Imagine if that was a thing. But then it also got me thinking, and it's got me thinking now, if that was brought into society, would it be to the detriment of society? If there was if everything was done for us, we would become incapable, and we always are creators and builders, and we always like to create things and do things. That's what makes us human. And if everything was done for us, what would that lead to the human race? I know it's a bit of a bedroom thought, but it's just something I thought about, innovation and freedom.